My peoples, good morning and happy Monday. It is Papaziti here, and I hope nobody is too hungover after an insane St. Patty's Day. Insane? Oh yeah, it was insane. This is what happens when you turn 40. You don't go to bar crawls anymore. You don't end up with your face in the toilet throwing up green beer. You go to a winery and do a wine tasting and tour, and then go visit your grandkids, and then end up at home on the couch by about 6 o'clock watching Home and Garden TV. House Hunters International, to be specific. But they were in Dublin, so that has to count for something, right? Right. Let's just get right into it. You guys are liking the LMG gameplay, so I got a little one right here for you. Check it out, or you can just minimize it. I know a lot of you guys just like to minimize the gameplay because it's, decent, but not anything spectacular, and you like to listen to the soothing sounds of my voice. Oh yeah. But we're going to get right into a Q&A video. And first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to a few people who submitted questions. Trip, Big Al, DZ Funny Cam, Spencer in the Corner, and Fox Body Ford. Thank you guys for sending in some pretty good questions, and we're going to try to tackle these right now. First and foremost, a lot of you guys are pretty curious as to stuff about my financial life, be it job or retired or what's going on. A few videos back, I mentioned that I was retired, and that is not entirely true. The industry I did retire from before I got into my current industry was mortgage banking. I was a loan officer, a loan originator, whatever you want to call it, mortgage banker for a great many years. And I kind of saw where the industry was going, and I was being asked to do some things as far as loans that I didn't want to do. And I kind of saw what was happening with that industry. So I got burnt out after one particular deal that I tried to broker, and I pretty much got scammed by a guy who was trying to start up his own bank, yada yada. Anyway, I got burnt out of it, and I left. And now I work with dogs. Yeah. I got a job working at a dog daycare at first, and then from that branched out into doing in-home training for family pets. So that's what I do now. So as far as primary source of income, that was one of the questions. Most of my vast capital is tied up in mergers and acquisitions right now. So just we'll leave it at that. Also, my wife does very well for herself. So there we go. Let's see, what else? Why did I start YouTube? That was a couple of you guys asked that. I did a video on this almost a year and a half ago at this point now. Basically back in 2000 and, gosh, I want to say 2005, maybe 4. I was playing a lot of SOCOM on the PlayStation 2. And I thought it would be cool to record video game gameplay and make little vignettes or little montages for various friends of mine that I played with. So that's what got me into recording videos. I got away from it when my my mortgage industry career kind of went through the roof there for a few years. So I just didn't have time to mess around with making videos and playing video games so much. I got kind of back into it about 2 years ago just because I enjoyed capturing the gameplay, and I'm a talker and I like talking. And so that's pretty much why I do YouTube, because it's fun. I like the interaction, and I think I'm pretty good at some of these games, and I like to share that. So yeah, I'm being braggadocious maybe. Let's see, a mistake you made and said, I'm glad I did it, and what was the one mistake that you regret? I'm in an interesting place right now in my life where all mistakes, whether I regret them or I'm glad I did it, or all the good choices that I made, everything has kind of culminated into where I am right now, and that is the happiest I've ever been in my life since I met my wife about 6 years ago. Oh, wow. 7 years ago now. Jeez, it's been a while. And so it's a little bit of a cop-out, but everything that has happened up to that point that I met my wife happened so I could meet my wife. So I can't really have any regrets for mistakes that I made in the past, because it's like everything happened for a reason, and that reason was for me to meet my wife. And I met my wife, this was another question, through a mutual friend. My buddy was dating a friend of hers, and so I went to a birthday party, and that was when we first met. Now, we didn't start dating for about a year later. It was kind of one of those ships that pass in the night kind of deals. So that's how I met my wife. Let's see. You stick with YouTube here. Worst type of player in the game. Worst type of player. You know, campers, rushers. You know, that type. I hate the people that run off at the mouth in the lobby and then leave halfway through the game. That's probably the one type of player that gets me the most mad, I would say. Let's see, what else? All right, so now we got some really, really good, kind of insightful questions. We're going to, like, pick my brain here a little bit. Would I have rather seen Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock or Johnny Cash at the Prison performance? Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock, because I'm just a bigger fan of Jimi Hendrix than Johnny Cash. No disrespect to Johnny Cash. I do like his stuff, but seeing Jimmy at Woodstock would have been amazing. I went to the second Woodstock in 90, what was that, 93 or 94. And whoa, that was insane. That was nuts. Thank you for that question. That was good. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? One horse-sized duck. I feel like that would be better suited to my windmill flailing arm fighting strategy that the last time was employed was probably back in the 4th grade. And so I think that would maybe still work against just a single opponent. 100 opponents, even though they were tiny, I think would just overwhelm me. I'm just not trained that way. So I would rather fight the one horse-sized duck. That's a great question. Are esports real? Yes, they are real. They are real sports. This one was great. Would you eat another human to survive? Yes, I would. The only caveat being is that person would have had to like die in the plane crash that stranded us, or kind of die of natural causes. I could not kill another person to eat them. That's where I would draw the line. Another good one. If spiders and insects screamed before you killed them, would you continue to do so? Well, first off, I don't kill spiders ever because it's bad luck, and they eat all the other little nasty bugs that I do hate. If, say, stink bugs screamed before I squashed them, yes, I would still squash them because I hate their guts. Same thing with flies. It might even make it a little bit more enjoyable, sadly. But I would never kill a spider, and you guys shouldn't either, because spiders kill all the other bugs, and it's bad luck. Those of you that are Irish know this. Let's see, what else? Is there something that annoys you in life more than it should? Probably the driving habits of other people, with attention being on the lack of use of turn signals. I don't know why, but that fucking makes me so crazy. And it shouldn't. It gets under my skin too much. Well, guys, that was it. Thank you so much for some of those inventive questions. I like the cannibal one. That was great. Rate the video, please, if you can. Leave a comment if you got a little more time. 25 and 1, not too shabby. This is papaziti saying have a great Monday. I'll see you next time. Peace!